I owned a family heirloom ring that belonged to my grandmother. It had antique value, and my daughter let me know that she was going to be married, and though my grandmother wanted me to use it, she was still alive when I proposed to my wife, so we used a different ring. She let me know she wanted it to go to my daughter.
All right.
She's always known that this was an important family tradition to pass this ring on.
So, Mr. Johnson, what happened to the heirloom?
I met Mr. Arbor, this gentleman, and I use that term sparingly, a few years back when my daughter brought him home, and I could tell that he had designs on my daughter, and it was more than a, flirtation. It was more than that.
Okay, you say designs. Designs seems to suggest...
Design being that I could tell that he was in it for a long-term relationship.
Oh, okay, designs seemed like you didn't approve. You mean you knew that he was really interested in your daughter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so what did he do to the ring? And how did he even get control of it?
My daughter knew she was getting this ring. I gave it to Mr. Arbor and made it clear that this was in fact a family heirloom, and I was passing it on to him to put on my daughter's finger.
Okay. Did you go, Mr. Arbor, and ask Mr. Johnson for your wife's hand in marriage, his daughter's hand?
I did. I know that their family, they're very invested in sort of family values, and that gesture would be important to him. And so I asked for his hand, even though I personally think it's an archaic tradition. I asked him, and I knew about the ring as well, and so he gave me the ring willingly for me to use.
And you accepted that?
I accepted it, yes.
And you were going to present that to his daughter?
Yes.
And so, Mr. Johnson, you're suing him for the value of it. If you gave it to him so that he could present it to your daughter, why are you suing him for the value of it?
Mr. Arbor we've had a relationship that has been, in a word, contentious. He's a very rude young man.
What did he do to the ring?
I gave him the ring and again informed him very clearly that it was a precious family heirloom. He took it to a cut-rate jeweler, I have to assume, and had the ring entirely refigured. It was a small, beautiful diamond. He added gemstones to it. Now it's horrendous.
So why did you go and take the heirloom to a jeweler, Mr. Arbor?
He gave it to me, and I recognized the importance of it, but it was also a very small ring.
Okay.
And I showed it.
Small diamond?
It was just, yeah, a small gem, and overall, it was just not a very impressive ring. I took it to a family friend who runs a jeweler, and I just wanted to add some gems so that it could be a more fitting symbol of my affection. I wanted an impressive ring.
You were aware that it was his grandmother's ring, and that it was very important to the family, and that's why he wanted to give it to his daughter. He wanted you to give it to his daughter for your engagement.
Yes, I knew that the ring was special, and that's why I modified it instead of just getting a bigger and more impressive ring. I thought that by modifying it, it would still have the family value.
All right, what we have here is a heirloom ring that was passed by a grandmother to her granddaughter through all these generations. The beautiful antique engagement ring. I cannot be a fair judge for the situation because I absolutely adore everything that comes from ages ago. I would have never even thought about changing it. I just love the history and what it represents. And to me, it would have been a simple solution to go and purchase the ring that you think is fit for your bride, if that's what you want. Or if you were given a ring and you accepted an engagement ring to give to your bride-to-be, then keep it the way it was given to you. That's at least my perspective. And maybe later on, as you guys celebrate your first anniversary, maybe the 5th anniversary, you can go ahead and either, I probably wouldn't touch that particular ring, but I would have purchased something to wear next to it or in place of it. But The original ring, I would not dare to make any changes, but that's just me. What do you guys think? Let's go back.
Anybody have a picture of this ring?
I do, Your Honor.
I'd like to see it, please. So you take it to the jeweler and say, listen, this is a family heirloom. I don't want to change it completely, but I do want to modify it to reflect my future wife's tastes.
Yes.
And then what happens?
So I think that it looked great. Lily thought it looks great. She really loves how it looks now.
This is the original ring?
That is the original ring before modifications.
And then let me see the ring with modification. Who brought a picture of that?
I'm not sure if we have a picture, but she's wearing it.
Oh, please stand, ma'am. State your name for the court.
I'm Lily Johnson.
All right, Miss Johnson, you are Mr. Johnson's daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? You're wearing the ring right now. All right. Please approach the bench and let me see this ring. And turn your hand a little bit. So you added a larger diamond.
I have a receipt of what I added.
Please pass that up. Thank you.
Okay.
Very beautiful.
So the main stone in the middle is the same, but I added a halo around it and diamond encrusted band.
So you give Mr. Arbor the heirloom, Mr. Johnson, and obviously since you're here in court, you did not agree with that.
I thought, once again, I had made it crystal clear the importance of this ring being my grandmother's ring,
You didn't say I couldn't change it
my
or do
daughter's
anything to it.
great-grandmother's ring. He says he made the ring better. Not only did he destroy the structural integrity of this ring, he destroyed a family tradition.
All right. And so you were disappointed and you let Mr. Arbor know this.
Disappointed would be an understatement, Your Honor.
Understood. I'd like to hear from your daughter. Ma'am, Ms. Johnson, so when Mr. Arbor asked you to marry him and he presented this ring, how did you feel when you got the ring?
I was overjoyed because it's still the tradition, it's still my grand stone, and it's something that reflects us too.
All right, so you were okay with the ring.
Yes, ma'am.
You were excited about a beautiful ring. All right. Mr. Johnson, you're suing for $12,000. How is it that that ring was valued at $12,000? Where did you get that number from? And do you have any receipts that shows
Your
that?
Honor, if you look at the other page of the paperwork I gave you, you'll see that I had that ring professionally evaluated in 2017. This is a gemologist, certified, and she said on open market, that ring, if sold, would be worth $12,000.
$12,000. Well, that's a good money to pay for an engagement ring. But I have a feeling inside of me that it's not as much about the money. This gentleman, the plaintiff, he really wanted the memories and the history preserved in what this ring represented, which is the past of their family, some traditions, some very important values that they're carrying. And he wanted his daughter to have it and maybe later give it to her daughter and keep that tradition going. And this is what this lawsuit is about and not about the money. Would you agree, guys? Let's go back.
So this is the issue. That ring was supposed to be given to your daughter, right?
Correct, Your Honor.
Your grandmother had it. Your grandmother kept it, and upon her passing, gave it to you with the understanding that when my granddaughter Lily gets married, I want her to have that ring.
Absolutely.
And so it was your intention by giving it to Mr. Arbor that he was going to give it to your daughter.
He was middling the deal.
So the question this court has to decide is, was this gift given? Was it delivered, right? Upon the moment that you gave it to Mr. Arbor, was that gift given? If it was delivered, then once you gave it to him, then he could change it any way he wanted, even though it was insulting to you. But if that gift was completed and received and delivered and he accepted, then it's his to do with what he wants. But what the court's opinion is that the intent was to give the gift to your daughter. And until she received and accepted that ring was merely being cared for by Mr. Arbor, or even given as a gift with a condition that it goes to your daughter. Mr. Arbor, if you wanted to change that ring or alter it in any way, this court believes you should have consulted Mr. Johnson at the very least, right, before you made those alterations. That was not a ring that you had purchased. That was not a ring that was in your family. And your wife-to-be had never even seen the ring, worn the ring, and you did not decide together to alter the ring. Your better path was to give her the ring exactly the way it was. And if on the first anniversary you all decide to alter it, I'm sure Mr. Johnson would have still been offended, but at that time, the gift would have been complete and it would have been hers to do whatever she wanted with it. For that reason, it is the opinion of this court that Mr. Johnson is entitled to the $12,000, which is the value of the heirloom he entrusted you with. Judgment for the plaintiff, court is adjourned.
What the judge said makes perfect sense. If only they waited for a little bit to make sure there's some time passed between the father giving the ring to the future groom and the time when he decided to make those alterations. Everything would have been resolved and they wouldn't have owed any money to the gentleman. But again, as I said, I don't believe it's as much about the money as the father's disappointment and what had happened to the family tradition. He, I believe in his heart, was hoping that this ring will continue its path from a daughter to the granddaughter, to the great-granddaughter, and maybe later in the generations to come. But now he was robbed of such opportunity. And I would like to hear the daughter's opinion on what really happened, because that was her great-grandmother's ring. And I would like to hear her perspective of how she feels about her now husband altering the ring. And according to the husband, she loved the end result, but she wasn't given a choice. She wasn't given the original ring. Didn't present her with an opportunity to maybe change it later and see if she even wanted that ring changed, because maybe the ring represents just as much of a history and family value for her than it is for her father. What did you guys think about this case? Do you believe the groom had the right to alter the ring, or do you think he was out of line? Please put it in the comments below, and thank you for watching.